Today we're building a simple Notepad app using Python, FastAPI, and Supabase. We'll be able to register, log in, and save notes, all tied to our own account. Let's dive in. First, let's set up our Supabase project. Go to Supabase and log in, then create a new project. Give your project a name and a password. For now, the region doesn't really matter. Click the Create New Project button. Once the project is ready, we need to create a table to store our notes. You'll define columns for the note ID, user ID, title, content, and timestamps. After creating the table, make sure to disable RLS, row-level security, for now because we want our app to be able to read and write notes without extra policies while we're just testing. Make sure this option is not selected, then let's continue. Next, go to the Authentication section and make sure that email sign-in is enabled under the Sign In Providers tab. This will allow users to register and log in with their email. Finally, we need our API key and project URL to connect Supabase with our FastAPI app. You can find both under Project Settings. Copy the service role key and the project URL. We'll use them in our code. And that's it for the Supabase setup. Now we're ready to move on and see how the code works. All my projects are saved on GitHub. You can find the link in the video description and get the full code from there. First, let's talk about the env file. This is where we store our Supabase project URL, the service role key, and our secret key for sessions. We load this file in Python so we don't have to hardcode sensitive information, which keeps everything secure and flexible. Now, before we jump into Python, let's take a closer look at our static files and HTML templates because these are what the user actually sees and interacts with. The style.css file is very straightforward. It mainly makes the app look nice and modern. We don't need to go into all the details because the purpose is clear. It styles the buttons, inputs, note list, and overall layout so the interface looks clean and user-friendly. The index.html file is the home page. It checks if the user is logged in. If the user is not logged in, it shows big register and login buttons. If the user is logged in, it shows a message like "You are logged in" and provides links to their notes or a logout button. This dynamic behavior is handled with Jinja 2 templating, which lets us check the session and display different content depending on whether the user is logged in or not. Then we have the register.html page, which contains the registration form. It has email and password fields and posts the data to our /register route in the backend. On the backend, we create a new user with Supabase auth. If the registration is successful, we redirect the user to the login page. If something goes wrong, we show an error message. There's also a small link at the bottom so that users who already have an account can go directly to the login page. The login.html page is very similar to the register page, but for logging in. The form posts to /login, and if the credentials are correct, we store the user ID in a secure cookie so the user stays logged in while using the app. If login fails, we show an error message. And just like the register page, there's a link at the bottom for new users to go to the registration page if they don't have an account yet. The notes.html page is the main part of our app where users can see and manage their notes. At the top, there's a form to enter a note title and content, then click the Add Note button. Below that, all previously added notes are displayed in a list, and each note has a delete button so the user can remove it if they want. At the bottom, there's a Logout button. Everything is nicely styled with CSS, keeping the interface clean and easy to use. All of these template files work together with Python. The CSS makes everything look nice, the HTML captures user input, and Jinja 2 dynamically displays content based on the session. Now let's move on to main.py. First, we install the required libraries using pip. These include FastAPI to build the web server and handle routes, Unicorn to run the server, the Supabase client to interact with our database and authentication, Python dotenv to load environment variables, and It's Dangerous to securely store session data. I've already installed them before, but you'll need to run these commands if you're setting it up yourself. After that, we load the .env file using load.env. This allows us to access our Supabase URL, service role key, and secret key from Python. We also set up middleware using CORS middleware, which allows requests from any origin. This is useful if we want to add a separate front end later. Then we mount the static folder so our CSS and other files can be served to the browser. And we configured Jinja 2 templates so we can pass dynamic data from Python to our HTML pages. Next, we create the Supabase client using the URL and service role key. This gives us access to the database and allows us to perform authentication and CRUD operations. We also set up a session serializer with its dangerous and our secret key. This lets us store the logged in user ID in a secure cookie so we can identify the current user on subsequent requests without exposing sensitive information. We also define a helper function to get the current user from the session cookie. If there's no cookie or it's invalid, the function returns none. This is what allows us to show the right pages to logged in users versus guests. Let's start coding the pages. First, we code the home page. We render index.html and check if the user is logged in. Logged out users see the register and login buttons, while logged in users see links to their notes and a logout button. Next, we code the registration page. On a GET request, we render register.html. On POST, we take the email and password from the form, create a new user with Supabase auth, and handle the result. If registration succeeds, we redirect the user to the login page. If it fails, we show an error message. Then we code the login page. On GET, we render login.html. On POST, we check the credentials using Supabase auth. If the login is successful, we store the user ID in a secure session cookie. If it fails, we show an error message. The logout functionality is simple. We just delete the session cookie and redirect the user back to the home page. For the notes page, we first check if the user is logged in. If they are, we query Supabase for all notes that belong to the current user and display them in notes.html. To add a note, we take the title and content from the form and insert a new record in the database. To delete a note, we make sure it belongs to the logged in user before removing it, so one user cannot delete another user's notes. After writing all the code, we can run the project using the command uvicorn main app reload. Once the server is running, we open a browser and go to the address shown in the terminal, and now we're ready to test the app. Now it's time for the fun part. Let's test our app. We're going to use a temporary email for this, and I've added the link to the Temp mail website in the video description. First, we register a new account, choose a password, and click the Register button. After that, we need to confirm the email we received, and then we can log in. Perfect, we're successfully logged in. Let's add a note. And why not add one more? Everything is working smoothly. Now let's check the Logout button and log in again to make sure all our notes are still there. As you can see, everything is functioning exactly as expected. This simple app shows how easy it is to combine FastAPI, Supabase, and a bit of HTML and CSS to make a clean, fully functional note-taking app. You can expand it, add new features, and make it your own. And that's what makes building apps so much fun.